another topic, and I wouldn't give it airtime, but Joey Barton, everyone's talking about it. So, and I know he's pushing a podcast. So it's really disappointing, though, isn't it? The way he is treating
It's sad.
women
It's sad because
in broadcasting, because you're women in broadcasting and in football.
No, look, for me,
and you're brilliant.
I know. And Joey must have been living under a rock for the last 40 years or whatever his life has been able to span. But I think it's disappointing because he's come out with an agenda. He's looking to drive publicity around his podcast, as you say. He doesn't care about the people that he's hurting and offended. And by the way, I'm not hurt or offended by Joey Barton's comments, because I would need to actually respect Joey Barton for, in the first instance, to be offended by his comments. I don't think he's relevant. I don't think he's got a foot to stand on with the things that he's saying. He's actually got no rationale now with the way he's going on with it, and he's digging himself a deeper hole. The reality is he probably won't ever get a job back in football, and that's the issue. I think he's coming across like a guy that's lost his identity, and he probably has, because he's been in the game for so long. He's stepped out of the game. He's went into management. It hasn't been a success, and he finds himself now in a place that is probably a bit vulnerable for Joey Barton. So he's come out fighting and swinging, and with that he's attacked women, which I think his problem is with poor punditry. If you've got an issue with poor punditry, that's okay. Yeah. If you've got an issue with because the reality is, across the board, we could all say he's good, she's good, she's rubbish, he's rotten, and it's not one bit about gender. So I think that's the issue, the fact that he's come at it. But he's now going down the race route and everything else. So the reality is his career will be finished before it's even started in podcasting.
For sure.
Yeah, well, when he does his podcast, you might have people queuing up to go in and prove a point, or you might just have people saying, I can't be doing with this.
What I would say, though, is that if that mindset, because by the way, there's a lot of people that have jumped in the bandwagon and that agree with Joey Barton, which is again fine, because we're entitled to their opinion. See, if we want to change that opinion, women won't be able to change that opinion. It's going to need to take for men to stand up and come out and be outspoken. You need some high profile male pundits to take to the floor and tell Joey Barton that he's wrong, because that's...
Has no one done that?
There's not been too many that I've seen.
Sure.
But Joey's currently not in a job, if you like, and it's on Twitter, and he is entitled to his opinion, like we all are. But if you are in a job and you to say what Joey is saying, you won't be in a job for much longer. You will be outed. If I'm working for the BBC and all of a sudden I'm putting things on Twitter saying, well, I don't like Alex Smith, I think the women, I don't think they're very good commentators, I think they're taking over, I think there's blah blah blah, one's not very good.
But you don't want to say that.
I can't. But I can't say it.
And you don't want to say it.
I don't want to say it anyway. But if I did say it, then but I'm just saying Joey's out of a job now, so you can almost say and maybe do it, because there's no punishment, because he's not in work.
There's no accountability, that's the reality. But I don't think Joey Barton's ever been accountable to anybody his entire life, so he's not going to start now, let's be honest. So I think the thing for me is there's so many incredible female pundits, commentators, co-commentators, journalists in every other walk of life. The reality is women have been so underrepresented for so long that the thing that bothers guys like Joey Barton is the fact that it's change, and it's not always looked like that for them. And some men might actually need to work a little bit harder than they once did to get to certain positions, because now there is an equity and the equity gap has closed. It's not closed completely, because there's not equal representation across the board, and that's in every walk of life. But as I say, it's a shame that it's something that's dominated the media this week, because there's so many incredible things going on, brilliant football on, so many games to speak about, so many incredible men, women, going to their day job every single day, working as hard as they possibly can, looking to be the best role models that they can possibly be, and you're tarnished with that type of chat.